So, have you heard of the whole Jortsgate thing with Tana and Brooke?
Only from Trisha. I didn't even have it in me to watch their video. I don't know why, but it didn't sound appealing to me at all.
Okay. So, essentially, we've had talks of this Jortsgate, and they've said they got in a big argument and went back and forth, and Brooke kept talking about Tana's jorts because she was wearing them. And they put it together to where on this leg of the canceled tour, the fans get to see the full video because they were recording for something or other. So the whole actual Jortsgate in real time was filmed. And people seeing this leg of the canceled tour are getting to see full Jortsgate.
Okay.
And someone posted the video of Jortsgate at the canceled tour. And so now the whole world gets to see the whole Jortsgate.
I thought Tana and Brooke uploaded it.
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they eventually maybe they reposted it or eventually shared it or something. But someone you know how at all these YouTuber tours they're no phones.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe. So they put together Jortsgate for the tour, but they say no phones, and someone had their phone out. So Jortsgate is not what we're talking about today specifically, but I think we need the context of Jortsgate to continue this.
Okay.
We're late, of course, but why would we be on time if Tana's involved? We're just standing down here, rotting away, while she just fucking dilly-dallies upstairs.
We're wasting money, is what's happening. In real time. Technically, right now, we are 37 minutes late, but they asked for a 20-minute extension, so we'll probably get to the venue an hour and a half late.
They're about to pull the money, literally. Okay, it's House of Blues. It's just like Roxy, and it's such a fucking stupid time to be late. Well, last time she was like, it's just the drinking, so many shows in a row, I got no rest. She slept all through the night last night, the entire car ride here, immediately went to bed when she got here, and is still not on time. So I'm just having a hard time understanding what's going on. She doesn't wear jorts. I go, what the fuck? You know we're not fucking wearing jorts.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, that's what she just said on the phone. I go, why don't you bring the jorts to the venue and we worry about it there?
5:30 is the meet and greet. It's 5:26. I can't choose where it's at. I'm gonna show up and do my job, which is to meet and greet and be on the stage.
You meet and greet, baby.
You know? I think I hate everyone.
I definitely hate you.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I thought it would be funny to fight.
Super funny. Paige, I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit of high. I just don't see why I need to be here to set up with production. I love early Sally in there, and I know Hannah's just doing her job, but if meet and greets at 5:30, I'm gonna be here at 5:30. And the lose money was just crazy. Okay, if I'm actually fucking late, yeah, I know we can lose money. I'm not late right now.
Well, if meet and greet started at 5 and it was 5:30, then yeah, we're fucked. But you're literally on time, it's fine.
Shit, I can't believe anyone rushed me for me to just sit around and wait. I could have slept in. I'm okay, everyone can go into hibernation in a week.
We're on time. We're on time. It all worked out. It all worked out.
We did it. We did it. Even though you're in jorts.
Well, we can just do it like I told you.
She can just do it by herself. She's gonna tour by herself.
Honestly, slay.
I'm just gonna tour by myself because somebody wants me to.
They could be fucking up like a little kid. I didn't build a fucking business for the last 10 years.
Everybody else for fucking hours at a time.
Venue on your own.
I tried to show up to the fucking venue on my own. You include the Uber out. Everyone waits hours for you, but God forbid you sit for fucking 10 minutes. I don't have time for this. Such a stupid fucking time.
Then quit.
I cry all the time.
Okay, quit.
God forbid she has to fucking sit at the venue two minutes before she has to go out and do her meet and greet for all the people who paid to come and fucking see her. But now she's gonna tour by herself, because why would Brooke need to be there? It's just what the fuck? That's so fucking rude. I'm fucking trying to be all positive, trying to help her out of bed in the morning, trying to be nice and trying to be in good spirits when really I'm looking like shit. I'm getting all, on these Reddit threads and people are being they're so considerate, they're so ungrateful.
Where did see Jordy?
Your jorts are ugly.
Hate you. That's really honestly disgusting.
I can tell. You told me. That's the problem.
Today I was in a horrible mood at the meet and greet. In a horrible mood on stage.
Let me stop you right there. I didn't go above and beyond to make your day horrible at all.
I called you on FaceTime to say, are you wearing jean shorts?
Why would I be wearing
And you're
shorts?
screaming at me
me going, you're gonna lose money. I had fucking whoo-hoo in my ear saying, you guys are about to lose money. This is crazy. We have to be at fucking House of Blues right now. Of course I'm gonna be like, this is urgent. Everyone's saying it in my ear, and we just had this whole situation at that fucking theater where you made us 2 hours late, and
We were 2 hours late.
we got in trouble for it. We were ungrateful. We were entitled.
99% of people had an amazing time at that show.
Guess what? I got on a call with your 2 managers who screamed at me for 3 hours saying, you need to figure out Tana, you need to get her in line, you need to hold her accountable. Your manager.
And that's not fair to you. And then that's another fight I'm gonna yell at someone else. I've been touring since I was 16.
I'm gonna go to Seth and Brittany and I'm gonna tell them I can't do this with Brooke.
They told me with someone yelling at me. I can't have someone
Nobody was
yelling at
fucking
me.
yelling at you. I made a joke about your door.
Brooke, I called you and you were yelling at me about the money. Also, all day in my mood, you have been kind of picking at me. We can roll the footage. Like, if I'm already fucking
I made
pissed.
a fucking joke because I'm hilarious.
My joke is so victim, bro.
I'm getting screamed at and everyone's, it's you guys, it's you guys, it's you guys. So that's why I get frustrated, like,
I'm sorry, Brooke, you've been coming at me like all day in my eyes.
no, I haven't. You come downstairs in your jorts. I made approximately 3 comments about her jorts because they were
It was
hilarious.
so many more than 3, bro. Like, you will push and poke and push and poke. Like, if you already know I'm fucking in a bad mood, like, maybe don't, like, sit there and poke the bear.
No one knows the difference between when you're in a bad mood and when you're just being Tana.
Your job is to show up, do the meet and greet, and do the show.
No,
I'm sorry that I don't.
honestly, I don't have a job anymore because she's gonna tour by herself.
Then if you want to be a fucking victim brown about it, then don't tour with me.
You said it. You said I'm gonna tour by myself. Honestly, I'm just gonna
I would
tour by
rather
myself
tour
because
by
I don't
myself,
like
be
your
10
attitude.
minutes late, and be happy.
You're
Then
10 minutes late to everything. You were 3 hours late to fucking the bus yesterday.
Okay, bro, you're a whiny, emotional bitch all the time. I love to do the show with you, but God forbid you make everything else around it
Fighting.
insufferable.
You're mad that you're sitting around for 10 minutes in a green room, but it doesn't matter when 9 people are waiting 3 hours for you.
9 is crazy. She's on retainer salary. She doesn't give a fuck what I did there. His job is to film me.
No one here gets paid enough to deal with you. No one.
Dude, you lost your mind. Look at you.
For me, for Brooke, I'm a victim all the time. Even though I scream at people all the time and have literal emotional episodes all the time, on everyone, all the time.
So does this happen when you got when the camera's off? Or is it
And it's like funny until it's not, dude. It's just like fun. Like, I want to have a happy day. I would rather tour alone.
We did the meet and greet on time. We waited in here for an hour for the show because we were early. You know, if I'm really wrong, yell at me, but I'm just so fucking sick of Brooke yelling at me. She's so amazingly talented. I just think if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't be screaming at her.
I'm excited for North Carolina. Let's see if Brooke comes or not.
Okay, so there was the full Jortsgate.
Okay.
And the consensus here seemed to be with Jortsgate that Brooke was in the right.
Yeah.
You know? She was just calling Tana out for not being professional. Because, you know, Tana has a running reputation of not being professional and being on time.
And there was I didn't watch this, but there was a conversation that I think Brooke was having where for this tour they were on, it wasn't possible for her to ride by herself, like with the cars or something. Like they had to ride together. And I think with the new tour that they're doing, like they made it a thing to where like they can have separate transportation to get to the show, because Brooke is a lot more calm if she can just be where she needs to be a little early.
Yeah.
And Tana's also like a lot more professional now. So this probably is funny to them to play, you know?
Yeah. But now that we see kind of like their dynamic and how they argue, and a lot of people had critiques for this Jortsgate video that, you know, Tana was like kind of gaslighting Brooke at one point, being like, I'm the victim all the time, blah, 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 acting like she's getting upset for no reason and all that kind of stuff. So that leads us to their latest argument on the canceled podcast.
Okay.
And it's definitely not anywhere as heated as Jortsgate. But we'll watch and then talk about it.
Okay.
Well, everyone is just so mean to me. I like to do things on my own schedule. And it is funny, even the internet's perception of me. Like, I'll see TikToks of you three, and all the top comments are like, Tana is asleep. And it's like, God forbid I watch one of them and review a Patreon in my room. I really have. I've been getting up early. Mongeau and I have been on like our own program. And I ended up in Ireland having to deal with a lot of internal work drama that I'm not going to podcast about, but it was hell on earth trying to figure it out, and that took an entire day. And then everyone's just coming at me like I'm literally a sloth and I hate my friends and I hate these beautiful places, and it's like I have other things to do.
No, it's not that. I just noticed it wasn't a priority of yours, and it's fine. But
my priority was editing the canceled Patreon.
No, that's not true. You spent 24 consecutive hours in the Paris mall, like no air.
But it's beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous.
I also was making a vlog, and that's like what I wanted to do with my day. You know,
I know. I don't know why you're getting so defensive. I'm just saying.
Because I've been getting so much internal hate for me being on my own program.
Because like we just we want you to see it. What got me was you were like, oh, God, I wish I had time to walk around. I'm like, you had so
I've been doing a lot
time.
of other things. Like genuinely I have. I've also been to Paris 1,000 times. Like I've seen the Louvre, I've seen the Arc de Triomphe.
I know, but we wanted you in house on the cliffs with us.
I was working on that internal bullshit like all day in Ireland. And I was so sad. I was crying about it. Like I love Ireland. I wanted to be roaming around so bad, but like people had to get paid and flights had to get booked and everybody needs something from me, you know? And that's the God honest truth.
I know.
But see that face.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm sorry.
Like you literally know that I had to do all of that.
I know, but I know that you're like, well, God forbid I have to watch a Patreon episode. Our Patreon episodes, by the way, are 1 hour long. And we have been
3
out of the country for 2.5 weeks.
That took 4 hours of my day. I've been talking to Devin every single day about like the structure of these. When the Alex Warren episode comes out, the Amari camera angle switches.
Maybe it's a unique situation for me because I've never been to Europe. So I'm like, obviously I want to be outside all the time, but
I do. But I do. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to be outside all of the time. I would love to be outside half of the time. And a lot of things have come up where like I end up having to do other things that is kind of on me in that sense.
You could perhaps sit in the park and watch a
I'm
Patreon
not
episode.
working on my laptop from the park. That's just not who I am. But like
in Paris.
I love Paris. We had 5. I did so much. I went to my favorite restaurant. I went under the Eiffel with Makoa. I walked around. I went to vintage stores around the hotel.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
No,
I'm just giving you a hard time, and trust me, it's totally fine because I've been having the most fun with my girlfriend Paige.
And like, listen to me, like I will join you guys. Like seriously, Ireland was chalked because of all of that shit. And like, I'm not going to bring that drama to the podcast, but it was awful. It was the worst day ever. And I had to do it. And
okay, fine. Tomorrow we're going on a hike.
Here's what I'm also going to say to you though. I'm down for small things, but I also know myself and my energy levels.
Honestly, I love you more than anything, but you would have hated house. Hated.
I think it's beautiful, and if I was on vacation, I would absolutely take the day to do that, but I don't want to do a bunch of shit before the show and then not have my full battery at the meet and greet and not have my full battery on stage. Like, that feels selfish to me, and I know my battery.
I charge my battery at
Yeah,
house.
you have a much bigger battery than me when it comes to activity and all of it, you know what I mean? So like on the off days, of course I want to go do things, and I will when I have the time, but
agree to disagree. It's not mean.
Agree to disagree.
It's not mean. It's not mean. It's just like you can't say you had no time. You have so much time.
I've been working on 3 vlogs with J-Rod. Like that is a back and forth that takes so much time. Like I really have been prioritizing
I know.
work.
I guess you could just do it the next time you're on a world tour.
I'm not going to put my YouTube channel on pause. Like all of the people who like, it's not, I just uploaded. I'm uploading again tomorrow.
I know.
Like and that takes time and effort and energy, you know?
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying.
And I'm still seeing these places in the way that I want to.
Describe Oslo to me.
Gray.
No, Oslo, honestly.
It was very colorful.
No,
honestly.
It was so interesting though, because Oslo was the first time I've ever been like, am I in a video game? Like
Oslo was also closed down for a national holiday, and the streets were completely empty and you couldn't go in anywhere. I was like, I'm going to spend the day editing.
Yeah. We were there for 4 days. But
we were writing the show for the other days, working on the show.
I know, but you have to remember that I also have that job.
But then you clock into doing that and then leave and go explore. Like, I'm going to do my Snapchat. That takes an hour. It takes an hour of my day. You know what I mean? I'm going to edit a video.
No, I get it. There's no shame in having different priorities.
So this week it's been just a lot of people talking about whose side are we on in this? Who do we think is right in this argument? And I wanted us to dissect and talk about it.
Okay. I feel like Tana likes to sleep. Like, that's important to her. But I kind of think they're both right. in a way.
Yeah, and I kind of think they're both wrong in ways. Too.
Yeah, because I think I could see how Tana might have more responsibility, like dealing with other things, like while they're touring, like she's got, 2 other podcasts that she does, like she's got other things going on and having to do that. But what I see is Brooke knows how much full time she has, and she knows where Tana has wasted time in other parts of her day, like maybe she was too slow to start her work for the day because she slept in.
Yes.
You could wake up early and get it done, but if that's just not who Tana is, that's just not.
Yeah, and I also think like Tana always kind of kills me when she's like, it's just like, I'm so busy all the time. Like, it's just so much to do and so much on me. And this is like where it comes back to when you can tell that a freaking influencer never had to have a real job.
Yeah.
Like, girl, if you had to have a 9 to 5, like, you got to just get over it and do it and work 9 to 5. And then guess what? You still got to find time to do other shit,
And because I like can kind of relate to having to like make yourself sit on the computer and get things done, because I mean it took me like 7 or 8 years to be like, if you don't wake up early and get this done, you could have stuff to do until the time you wake up to the time you go to bed if you're not doing things. And that's the other thing with social media, is it's like your job is never done. You could always post more, you could always do something else. But it takes so much, what is the word, like discipline to actually like prioritize getting something done so that you can, go enjoy the second half of your day. But it's also like editing videos. It sounds so dramatic. And because you do the podcast too, like the hardest part of editing to me is starting. It's the making yourself begin, because once you start, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're flowing.
That it really is that.
It's like you would be amazed the things I can find that I have to get done before I sit down to edit something, because it's such a daunting beginning for some reason.
It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like when you think about going to the gym and you're like, oh, well, I mean, I don't really want to go. Like, I can do this. But then once you're there, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's good. It's all good.
And
but
at the end of the day, no one is waiting on Tana except Brooke to go do whatever. So Tana doesn't have the motivation to do it, because at the end of the day, Tana is in charge of the entire scenario.
Yeah. And also, I do kind of understand Tana with the point of, because Brooke's trying to be like, you forget that I also have this job. And Tana's like, yeah, but you clock in and do this and then go explore and do what you want to do. You know? And I think there is a difference in that. Like
their podcast episodes also take no preparation.
No.
Like they barely do hot topics. They'll just discuss things, like they don't look at notes or make notes. They have people that kind of, I think, do that for them.
Yeah.
If they do it. But
they have producers or like sound engineers to like in real time work on the sound and do all that kind of stuff to level it out.
And they just sit and literally will talk about anything. But so we've only done the Jeff episode, like the Jeff podcast like show. Whereas if we were traveling like that to go do our own show, I could not do what we did that day. Imagine everything we did in DC to go see the city and then going to talk to people like and be the entertainer for the night.
And I do think too, Tana knows her battery, as she said, and I do think it is responsible. Here's the time Tana's being responsible and being like, well, if I do all of this, I'm going to be like tired for the meet and greets and for the show when I'm supposed to be on and entertaining. And, so I can understand that. But again, it like, I don't know. It just comes back to, at some point too, I don't know, it feels like, girl, like you should have had to practice for having to just push through things by having to work a 9 to 5. Because if you're just waking up willy-nilly like at 10, 11, and then like you're saying I can't do stuff because I'm already tired and I'm going to be tired. Like sometimes you just I don't know. Like I feel like I'm not a person. I don't actually have a lot of energy. Like, like I'm actually tired from the moment I wake up to when I go to bed. I'm always tired.
Yeah.
But guess what? I have a kid and I have a job, and like you just have to. Like you just have to push through. So sometimes I'm like, sometimes I just like, you're kind of not lazy because she does things and she works and she makes a lot of money, but. Kind of. You get what I mean? Like another word. I'm not trying to say lazy, but I don't know another word to say for it.
It's also like if Tana is saying she's got to do the show tonight and she wants to be like rested for it, you look at Jortsgate and it's like, well, that's Tana whenever she is sleeping until the show. So like if you have her out all day doing stuff and then she crashes and then she doesn't get to the show on time, you'll also be mad if she does that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I feel like if Brooke were to pick between one or the other, I would imagine she would have it be the way that it is because that other scenario stressed her out so bad. But I also think about, okay, so they do say one Patreon a week, right? That's 4 1-hour episodes.
Mm-hmm. And I did notice from editing the podcast and stuff, how Brooke, you can tell here how I said Tana doesn't know what it's like to have to push through by working a 9 to 5. Brooke doesn't know what it's like to edit anything. Yeah. Because Tana's like, our Patreons, like I was editing the Patreon and Brooke's like, our Patreon episodes are an hour long. And it's like, our episodes that we do are like an hour to an hour and a half long. And that takes well over that 1 hour time period to like do, you know?
There's another side of that too, though, where we're going to see Swiftologist next week. They have a Patreon where they do extra episodes. They do YouTube videos as well. Like they're consistently posting. And one thing I've heard them talk about on their podcast is that they've been like stacking and getting everything ready so that whenever they're on tour, they're not having to do like a bunch of stuff. And it seems like Tana and Brooke, they haven't taken a lot of time off of tour, like before they go on like separate legs or whatever. But I feel like the way they could fix this problem is get ahead on things, or maybe they did and Tana just was busy at home doing whatever, so that whereas she could have been like getting all this stuff prepped and scheduled so that you're not having to deal with it like when it's time for it to go up.
Yeah.
Because the YouTube video,
it's honestly crazy to me that if it's this much of a hassle as it seems, like, oh, I can't even explore Ireland because I'm editing the whole time. Like I'm editing all the time that I'm there. You're a millionaire.
Honestly, Tana, you should call us. But yeah, Tana, if you need an editor, someone you can trust, someone that's reliable, someone that uploads every single week at the same time and has never missed a week in 31 weeks of podcasting, and could take on more if you employed one of us and they could quit their other job and they would in a heartbeat to do that for you,
then call us.
Yes.
And if you're watching this and you like everything you just heard about being consistent and posting every single week, then subscribe.
Yep. And we could make clips. I'm telling you, we might be who you need to call.
Wouldn't that be so ironic if we edited things for the canceled podcast after Brooke blocked us?
I know. And here's the thing. You could enjoy your vacations and your tour. You would have a lot less to worry about. We would sign an NDA. We would not spill any tea that is heard behind the cuts.
Your name would not come out of our mouths anymore on this podcast here. I think, honestly, Jortsgate, Brooke, Team Brooke for that one, you know?
Yeah.
This argument, I honestly, there's things about both of them, you know, right, that I think they're right on and wrong on, but I lean more towards Tana.
Yeah, I agree. But just because it's someone telling you I can't go out and do all that and do what I need to do. So that's the bottom line of it all. And Tana is the breadwinner in this situation and like providing the opportunity. So like whatever she needs to do to deal with that, let her do it. But there is probably more to this, if I had to guess, from Brooke's perspective.
Yeah, I think the girls are fighting. Like, I think that...
Well, when they go on tour, they fight.
Yeah.
That's like a known thing, so...
Yeah, I don't think that... I don't know. I just don't think they're, like, actually friends. I don't think they like each other that much.
No.
You know? I think they work together, and that's kind of, like, what it is at this point.
And back to the Jortsgate thing, I feel like Tana was in the wrong. So she she could do nothing else but call Brooke names and like the victim and make her feel bad about herself. So I think that tells you like everything. But I also understand if we had an argument like this, if there was a moment where we were really heated about something.
Why could I literally never picture us doing this?
But the closest I've ever seen was the damn bed in Cincinnati. Y'all, when we went to the Air store, we drove to Cincinnati. It was us and our friend Shelby. And there was one queen bed and there was a couch, but it was so scary.
We were not riding high. Like, we were kind of in an Airbnb that looked like someone's grandma died recently, and they just were like, yeah, I'll turn it into an Airbnb, you know?
Like, I only slept in there as an absolute last resort, and Jill refused to lay, like, vertical.
Like sideways, on my side.
Perpendicular to the bed, because if I don't put my knee up, y'all, I'll fall down. And so Jill wanted us to lay upright, normal in the bed where we were all going to be touching. And y'all, Jill was breastfeeding throughout the night at this point in time. So me and Shelby just woke up at 3 a.m. to and
I left my baby for the first time to go see Taylor Swift, and I had to put the pumps on, and Mama had to wake up around the clock to do these. So
even still, I think that's probably the closest, but it was the dumbest thing. And at the end of the day, I think I just couldn't sleep because I kept falling in the bed. That's a whole thing in itself. But, like, I kept falling in the bed. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to try to sleep on this grandma couch.
You're going to go sleep with the monsters.
I was so tired that, like, I wasn't scared. And I'm a paranoid person. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, yeah, but we got through it. But what were you saying if we had a fight like this?
Oh, if it was documented, I would watch that and horse laugh.
Yeah,
that's
me
what
too.
I'm like. And that's the thing whenever you are, like, whenever you especially grow past a scenario and you're like got some hindsight on it, it's like it becomes so funny how mad you are about the dumbest stuff.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Alyssa.
And you just watched a clip from Glitter Gel Pen.
We upload new episodes every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And we also upload clips like the one you just watched 3 times a week.
Subscribe for more.